Yeah, hey guys, Shane here with Prosperity Painting Consultants. Today I wanted to give you a little tip about tracking your numbers, creating systems so that you know what the data is. You'll hear the saying, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. A lot of times you'll create stories in your head. You'll think, hey, this person, they're going out doing estimates and they're just not that good at estimates. I don't feel like I get a lot of work from them. But then when you actually look at the numbers, it's like, oh, well, that's because they only did 20 estimates and they actually booked 5 jobs from that versus, salesperson C actually did 40 estimates and only booked 7 jobs. So it's good to know those numbers so that you don't run into those problems. Another thing is, you'll get going with your painting business. Next thing you know, 2-3 years goes by and you weren't tracking these numbers, which you're going to be kicking yourself in the butt for because it doesn't cost anything, it's free, and just knowing those numbers and having that data will help you make decisions in the future, based on what happened in the past in terms of, how much money did it generate, what should our closing rate be, what should our lead conversion rate be, this, and that. So there's a lot of different programs and software out there, and I would suggest once you start to make money using one just to make it easier, and they can create reports very quickly and rearrange your data so that you can analyze it the way that you want to. But in the beginning, if you don't have money, that's totally fine. I mean, just use Excel or just use Google Drive. It's completely free and it's called a spreadsheet. It's not Excel, but it does all the same stuff, and just literally put in your numbers each week. Make it a habit. For our company, all of our people have a due date each week where they have to enter all of their stats so that we have it over the years. Where I got really lucky was I just made that decision very early in our business, and we have all the data from years and years past. My favorite, they're called CRMs, which stands for Customer Relation Management Programs. There's a bunch of different ones out there, but my favorite is Salesforce. They're a great company. A lot of big companies use them, and it's way more powerful and has a lot more features that you don't need being just a painting business. But they have some very reasonable programs and costs where you can get in, with a certain amount of accounts. And I just love the way that you can customize the data extremely quickly, generate reports, graphs, just pretty much everything you need to know. And knowing, those important things like lead conversion rate, which is just if you get 100 leads, how many of those turn into estimates? It's important to know that number because that's a huge opportunity. If you're only converting 30%, that's too low. And if you could just get that up to 40%, it's going to have a huge impact on your business, your revenue, and it doesn't cost any more money. It just takes a little bit of changing your systems or working a little bit more, making some more phone calls to those leads and converting them. Knowing your booking rate, how many estimates, if you do 100 estimates, how many turn into jobs? How many estimates do you actually book? Knowing your average job size is going to be huge, so take all the jobs you did for a period of time, 6 months, a year, a quarter, even a month, and then divide that by how many jobs you did. So revenue divided by how many jobs you did, it's going to get your average job size. So then you can start to make projections for the future. Hey, if I go out and book 10 estimates this week, how much is that going to bring me in terms of revenue? We'll just multiply it by your average job size. It might not be perfect, but it's definitely going to give you a better, prediction than just pulling some number out of a hat. What are some other ones? Your marketing margin, your profit margin, a lot of the stuff that I'll be going over a ton. And then if you use a program, it really makes it easy. But in the beginning, when you don't have money, just write it down on a spreadsheet. You can even just write it down on a text thing like your notes or Word or, just a document, just some form of tracking. And later on, you can go back and enter it if you do end up buying some software that makes it easier for you. And again, I really recommend the Google Drive. That way, if you have other people working in the company, they can just sign on and edit or input the data there, and it's always live and you can check it, and versus doing it just on one computer where it isn't in the cloud. Again, guys, this is free, so start doing it. It'll make a huge impact on your business. One of the biggest pitfalls is people are like, oh, I don't need that. I know my numbers in my head, and you're never going to understand the value and see what this can do for you unless you do it. So please, guys, just do it and then tell me that, oh, it's not worth it.